Hello everyone, welcome to another video of FFL 24/7. Today's video is going to be very exciting and I am also going to be super excited because this is going to be about Alibaba stock. And why we are so excited about Alibaba stock, because there are some very cool updates that I want to share with you guys that I have been seeing in the charts and in the news all over. So if you are holding Alibaba stock, or if you guys are planning to buy into Alibaba stock, so you may want to hear out about these two updates I want to share about the charts and the news and some buybacks information that I have seen on the internet. So let's get right into the video and see what's going on with the Alibaba charts. So these market makers have been leaving some very cool hints in the charts for us that I'm kind of just being forced to wonder that why are they there for. So maybe it's for someone to pick those up. So the first thing I want to show you guys is, if you notice at the bottom, so 28th of October 2020, yes, October 2020, on we peaked at around 313. So that was the top we saw, and then we crashed for about almost exactly 2 years, and then we bottomed on at around 24th of October at $58 in 2022. So that is like a 2 years of full market crash you guys are watching here. So this kind of appears like a cycle they have somehow have been completed. But if you guys notice, so I know a lot of people went bullish on Alibaba stock when we were starting to form this inverse kind of head and shoulders, but then it got invalidated right around here. And this is the area I want you guys to focus on, because this is the area that is leaving us major hints, and that is where I came up with this term of chopstick flag pattern that they have been kind of forming. So if you guys notice, this is kind of looking like a chopstick. So they have been squeezing us down into this chopstick kind of a downtrend channel, and this is kind of looking like a price discovery that they want to do for Alibaba stock, or maybe they're trying to hit that they want to pick a price on Alibaba. So the charts are telling us something, and the news and the media and the company is telling us something. So this is like a very conflicting information and a whole lot of confusing scenario going on. So we want to figure out what's going on. So let's keep our focus on this area, because this is the area that is dictating the very recent price action and where this price is heading. So let me zoom in so you guys can clearly see what is going on here. So this is the section that I have zoomed into that I just mentioned previously. So do you guys see this kind of pattern? So this is kind of also looking like a falling wedge pattern, but this is kind of looking like a chopstick to me. So they have been squeezing us down slowly but surely in a ladder down approach. Do you see the ladder approach they have been taking? So it is, the price is kind of like trickling down. So eventually they are trying to discover a price where everyone eventually is going to support a price. So if you guys have watched my previous video on Alibaba stock, so I did point out that this price of $71 is going to provide some support when we bounced at around this level for at 76. We bounced, but I did point it out that this is not going to be a good bounce, and I am expecting a crash below this trend line, which did happen. But I was to be honest expecting a more crash, but we eventually found some support at this $71 that we already pointed out that it is going to be some sort of support, but I was expecting this to be a weak support. But so far looking like they have bounced very nicely at this support of $71. So why $71 was very critical support? Because if you notice in the past that this has been a very strong resistance going back, and also this is one of the major fib level resistance, very first fib level resistance of this whole bullish price action that we saw from October 27 2022 to all the way to, January 24 2023. So the reason, and this downtrend channel pattern is so important, because if you guys notice clearly how nicely they have been defending it on both channels. So this is the bottom downward channel. So they have been bouncing from this channel, and they have been stopping Alibaba out at this upward downtrend channel. So very nicely. Let me highlight these so you guys can see what I mean. So do you guys now see how beautifully they have been respecting both these downward channels, and they have been squeezing us down in a ladder down approach in this channel? So every time we hit either of these channels, we kind of like bounce hard in the opposite direction towards the other trend line. And in this case, we kind of failed the test in around here on November 29th, just after the earnings. So we were expecting a crash, but I did point it out in my last video that $71 is going to provide us some support. So I was, to be honest, expecting this to be a weaker support, but it did turn out to be a very strong support. But eventually, if you guys notice, so let me zoom in a little bit more. So do you guys see where exactly again we stopped out at this upward downtrend channel. So very nicely they have been squeezing us down into this channel. So this is exactly 100% playing a role in the price action of Alibaba stock. So this is going to dictate our next price level. So where is the price going next? So what I am expecting, they are simply coming back down to $71 to retest it. So this $71, they obviously want to test this as a strong support if this is going to hold or not. So this is going to be a very critical trading point for us. So if we do not hold $71 as a support, so then I am very confident we are going to at the very least test this bottom downward trend line, and more likely I am hoping they might try to do a double bottom at around the $58. So that will be the point you want to go ultra bullish on Alibaba stock if the fundamentals are still holding and US and China relations are not affected by any politics going on. So $58 price point would be a very good value point for Alibaba stock to go in, to go fully bullish in. But in the meantime, so you definitely want to see how the $71 is going to play out, because at the same time there are very positive developments happening in the company and in the news overall. So Alibaba has recently announced that over the whole year 2023 they did about $9.5 billion of shares buyback. So that is a whole lot of whooping amount, guys. And also they have been saying that they still have a dry powder of $11.5 billion still pending that they want to do the buybacks on. So obviously they want to do the buybacks at the lower prices. So market makers and the other big institutions, they are also watching it very closely, because if Alibaba start buying back these shares at these lower prices, that is going to give Alibaba as a company a way bigger edge going into the near future if price goes back up. So again, as a trading plan, it is very critical for us to see how the $71 support is going to behave, because this is obviously they are going to test. If we did bounce from here, it is going to look like another double bottom. So this might provide us the needed momentum that we need to break above this upward downtrend channel. So if we do break above this, then I think I am very confident that we are at the very least heading towards the $82 a price mark. That is going to be my first price target, but I am actually looking for $96 to be my second price target. So this is where our one of the next major fib level is sitting. So so again, $81 is my first price target, and $96 is where I am expecting if we break above this downtrend channel, because this is going to restore a whole lot of confidence if we are able to break this very strong downtrend channel, guys. So this is going to be our trading plan. Again, this is not a financial advice, so please exercise caution when investing in stocks and crypto. And another reason I think that they might try to test $58 and they might go ultra bullish is I want to show you something what has happened in the past. So this is the very recent past we are looking at. So let me zoom out so you guys can see what happened in the past. So we go all the way back. So this a whole bullish run, and then all the way we go back to the time starting in September 2015. So do you guys see why this $58 price level in this so whole bullish price action of over almost a decade was very important? Because this was the ultimate bottom. This has been in 2015. That is where they found the support, $58. And again, not just that, they tested this $58 again before going ultra bullish towards the 300 mark. So they tested it in September 2015, and then again we crashed back down to $58 in February 2016. So almost like a 6 months of price action, they did a double bottom. So I mean, this is all speculation, this is obviously not guaranteed, but I am hoping maybe they will try to do a similar double bottom around again at this price level of $58, and that will be, again, that is why I said will be a price point to go ultra bullish on Alibaba stock. If we do happen to go there, that is, I think, a golden opportunity might be building up in here for the Alibaba stock. Again, provided the US and China relations, they are not affected and company keeps doing well, and they obviously have to do a lot of improvement in their AI, artificial intelligence area, because recently also Jack Ma, one of the major co-founder of Alibaba, he has been criticizing the company that they have to change their course of action of doing business, because a lot of the newer companies, they have been utilizing the artificial intelligence AI very heavily. So that is providing them an edge over in maybe a traditional but kind of slowly becoming an obsolete giant, that is Alibaba. So they obviously have to step up their game and keep up with the latest trend and all the developments that have been happening in the artificial intelligence area. At the same time, company CEO has been saying that they have records amount of cash that they have ever been to invest in the growth of Alibaba as a company. And again, guys, earnings season is also coming up, so this is also going to be very critical. So let's take a quick look at what's being expected in the earnings. So Alibaba is expected to announce their earnings on January 31st of 2024, and we are expecting an estimated EPS of 2.844 with an estimated revenue of 37.982 billion. So there are a few things that I want you guys to pay attention to in the earnings. So if you guys notice, so this blue big bar is their over total revenue. So and this last bar at the bottom is their actual net income. So there is clearly a whole lot of big difference in their total revenue and their total net income. So there's definitely some cost factors that have been going on that they 100% need to work on. And another thing to note down is their price to earning ratio has been going down very steadily. So if you guys notice this trend, so obviously the value of the company, if the price to earning ratio is something that obviously these institutions consider for a stock to be valuable, so this is kind of actually signaling that the price is approaching a very valuable price point. So the risk to reward ratio is very high. And this is just the overall graph of their revenue over the last few years. So this has been steadily growing. So they did see a little bit of decline in 2022, but again 2023 numbers are going to be out very soon, guys. So that is why the month of January is going to be very important and critical for us, and also the Alibaba stock and the whole general stock market. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys for the Alibaba stock, guys. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.